Hello, welcome back. Thank you for returning. We hope you enjoyed episode 1. It was mostly introductory, but I hope you get kind of an idea of what we're going for here. Today we're going to be talking about music around this project, original music that we're creating, as well as music that was pretty much inspirational during the entire creative process so far. A few days ago, I went over to Lewis's house. Lewis is another really good friend of ours from college. We've known him for about 10 years as well. He's another production partner of ours. At the end of the last episode, you may have heard a little bit of original music by Lewis. That is actually the beginning stages of the song that we are working on first. So we ended up collaborating a little further, making a few more decisions, and ultimately this is going to be part 1 of making the music for this project. Here are some clips. Next time we do this, it'll go a lot smoother. Why can't we hear him though?
Did you unmute it?
He just said motherfucker, I could see it. Tight, okay. Alright, so that's a bad angle. Alright, Greg.
Alright, Greg.
Greg, how's it going today?
Going good.
Good, that was enthusiastic.
It's going great.
That's what we want to hear.
Amazing. Cool, well, welcome back to, the thing that we're doing.
The music?
When I started developing Copperhead, I use music as a lot of what I write to. And what I was writing to mostly was outlaw country, 90s alternative rock, kind of grunge, and classic rock of like the 60s and 70s.
Well, that's one thing that I was kind of concentrating on when I was writing the score, or the one song. You'd asked me to look at Neil Young's Dead Man theme song, and that became really...
Jim Jarmusch's film.
Yes, and that became really prominent in the process. Like, I just like the dynamic of having the acoustic rhythm and then the electric coming in just for kind of fills and to add a little bit of a different tonality. I think it came together pretty well. It'd be nice if we could have a professional sound mixer come in and actually mix it for us.
Lewis, you just want to play a little bit of what you got so far? I mean,
as far as I understood it, I was writing the song for the sizzle reel.
Sizzle reel.
Yeah, so I didn't burgeon out into writing any more secondary pieces. So that's just the basic acoustic theme that I came up with. I thought it was really simple, easy to solo to, and the repetition of it doesn't get annoying. That was kind of one of my main issues. Was I don't want the main theme to be so simple it makes your eyes roll. So you had sent me a few different songs and suggestions, like the Departed soundtrack. I was also looking at the Marco Beltrami 310 to Yuma soundtrack and score.
We were both looking kind of at crime drama scores and Western scores and traditional Westerns. Yeah, like the 310 to Yuma score, The Departed, I would say probably to a certain degree what we see in Taylor Sheridan's Wind River, which has like a very melancholic soundtrack.
There was a part of it too that I think I messaged you at one point and said that it has this kind of feel of expectancy. We know where we are. The first strike of the acoustic guitar, I think, really sets the tone, and then as the electric comes in, again, once we get it mixed properly, I think it really pushed the thought of something's coming our way, and we need to brace ourselves. And I could feel from reading the script, that's what you clearly wanted. The setup in the pilot is so strong and so vivid. You know that there's some real shit that's about to go down. So I tried playing to that.
And what you captured, I think, also was the romanticism between the Edmonds, the romance that Jack and Charlene have together.
The thought of them having such a strong familial bond, even through the jail time that he has and the events that he gets involved with, kind of against his will, and to see the support that his wife gives him every step of the way. While it may not be outright romantic, there's love. One thing I really liked about your script was the sensitivity for how people treat one another. There's a scene with this one character who is thanking another character. And that's such a simple thing to do, but the way you wrote it, I felt it. Like I felt it a lot kind of in my chest. The music kind of helps with that, and then kind of also plays toward that angle because it's very prominent in the script itself.
There's a kind of combination where it's like, this is a very visceral crime drama, neo-western, hopefully series that we're getting, but at the same time we also have, like, within the family stuff, it is classical, like, kind of family drama. I mean, it's almost like kind of John Ford and like the way the family keeps everything together. That's all that matters, really.
Yes, very much. And you build that theme very strongly. I don't want to give too much away from the script, but very early in the script you're tipping the hat toward that theme of family is going to be just as strong as a bullet in this series, and I'm excited to see where that goes. I wasn't thinking so much about that when I was writing the music. When you asked me, I was kind of grasping at straws, and I was listening to a lot of different music to try to understand where you're coming from, and I looked at Justified, I looked at Blue Bloods, and I looked at Hell or High Water. And those were a lot of good influences, but strangely enough, I found what influenced me most was, like I said, that Neil Young song from Jarmusch's Dead Man, and also this one song from Metallica, Orion, which is an instrumental. It has that blues feel. It has that. When I hear that song, it makes me want. I don't know what I want, but it gives you that feeling of there's something missing, and it's kind of a loss. That's, I think, very evident in your script and in the story that you've made.
So Greg, right now it's set up as a pilot, right? So that's about 60 minutes or so.
About 55 minutes probably.
So just saying that we may be independently creating the soundtrack for this entire pilot, maybe just a technical question is, how many tracks do you think we might have in here? I know that the story itself has several different turns, and that's how the story goes, but in tune with that, do you have an idea of maybe how many pieces we will have in this?
Apart from the needle drops, I would say we're looking probably at 4 or 5 motifs.
And that was certainly something I was thinking about too. I wanted, when I was writing the acoustic part, which you said is the more prominent track that you're using, I wanted it to be something that could be added to and something that could serve as a gentle basis for other songs. As we move from character to character, and there are very different characters within this story and they get in very different situations, we would be able to apply the theme in different unique ways, but that also will subconsciously tell the audience this is the same theme. It maintains the feel.
Like Dexter has the theme song, but then throughout Dexter, like occasionally as drama is happening, that feeling will kind of float back in. It's not the song itself, but it's kind of floats back into the music in another way. We were thinking of an opening titles as well. Like pilots don't always necessarily have one, but just as a means of being another pitching element for us. And we would like to kind of lean in towards assuming that we would have more of a show after the pilot, of course. Like, have you thought, would you like to have any kind of lyrics in there, like you might find in something like The Sopranos or P-Valley recently? Like, we enjoy those songs with the lyrics.
I have 2 ideas in mind, which one would be do a score for the opening theme, similar to what they do on Yellowstone. And then one would be kind of more towards The Sopranos and, Shameless type of thing, where it's like you use a needle drop, basically, from like a well-known band or an unknown band. Like a Woke Up This Morning type of theme song. It would have to be, a very good song that really, I think, connects to the content and the characters, I think, where it works as a Greek chorus. If we were able to work with somebody akin to the guys who worked on Sons of Anarchy, the lyrics of Sons of Anarchy's theme song, "This Life," sums up the character and the world. His life is short, baby, that's a fact. Gotta live it right, because you ain't coming back.
That's something that I really love about P-Valley is just the lyrics sum up just the feeling inside these characters so much before you even meet them. Like talking about how people grind, like how people hustle, and you get to the top of the pole, you got to start at the bottom. It's very poetic, and it's a child rapping about girls getting naked. It's a little shocking in a way. It's just very on point, on the nose, but also, I don't know.
It could also be done in a way where the song kind of is counter to the image of what we see. It's sort of like how in Hightown they use that early version of Vacation that goes against like what it is, which is a gritty crime drama, which is absolutely brutal. It's like kind of juxtaposing like the kind of this beach town area, but there's a dark underbelly.
Yeah, it juxtaposes it in the way that I think it really would in real life. And 3 of us lived in a resort town at one point, and 3 months out of the year it's popping and people are going there on vacation, having the time of their lives, and then the rest of the year the rest of us are just living there and it's a dump.
Areas are slowly gentrifying and everything, but there's still like this kind of darker kind of aspect of what goes on.
We really appreciate all the attention we've gotten this week. Episode 1 has gone pretty well, so thank you for coming to participate in this. We hope this only gets more interesting for you along the way, and if you have any questions, if you have any comments, anything you'd like to contribute or suggest or whatever, please feel free to comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to share this with your friends. We'll see what we make out of this.